Alright, so my Bonestorm Express, I kind of changed it up a little bit. It's more Bonestorm Weebo now. Where I just broke down and just used 2 Fossilized Hatchlings now because he's probably the strongest guy who has Bonestorm ability. The other one being the Creepy Crate, who doesn't really have that much power. He only has 260 attack, while this dude has 305. Anything over 300 is pretty good. So I just have 2 Fossilized Hatchlings and I change up their skills. One of them uses Ancient Blessing and Claw. Just in case I'm going against a critter, he can take him out pretty much by himself. This is basically an AoE team, but sometimes you'll have to go into single one-on-one situations, so it's best to switch up the Fossilized Hatchlings even though I'm using 2 of them. So if I do have to go against a critter, this one can take it out a little bit better, and it's nice to have a heal against a critter because critters are all about outlasting you and poking you for damage, so a heal is good on this one. My other one, I just used the Bone Bite because, I mean, they do the same damage. You don't want to have Claw on both of them. And then Death and Decay, which I do like to put out pretty early because that's why I named this one I Start, because when it goes out first, he'll use Bonestorm, Death and Decay, and then switch into Consume Booster, or he'll use Bonestorm and then Ancient Blessing, which increases everyone's health on my team by 5 for their level. So it gives Pudge a really nice boost to his health, which is already ridiculously high, which will make his Consume Corpse even stronger, which is already pretty good because he usually goes out last to clean up. After one of the Fossilized Hatchlings are dead, they'll be able to heal for a ton if you get Ancient Blessing out because it increases the heal of this, since this is based off your maximum health. And then you just cleave. Cleave is really good. It splits the damage between all your opponent's pets. So if they only have 1 pet out, it hits about as much as a basic attack, so you don't lose anything. You can just spam cleave as much as you want. You don't really use Corpse Explosion all that often, but the other option, Haymaker, is terrible, so there's no reason not to take Corpse Explosion. So this first team going against a Dark Moon Tank, a Noobish Idol, and a Molten Corgi. Now the Noobish Idol, it has Sandstorm ability, can really ruin my day since it does really counter AoEs, except for the fact that 3 of my pets are undeads and do undead damage, so he has to think twice about actually bringing him out because I could probably take him out really easily and just ignore the AoE. He doesn't though, he's just going to go for the switch combo, where he puts out mines and then uses his Corgi putt to switch. I switch into my Hatchling, and then it gets switched out, so I pretty much just lost a turn right there to go back into my Hatchling in order to go into my Bonestorm, because you want to use the 2 Bonestorms right off the bat before you do anything else. I get lucky with my heal. Really should have just went straight for the Bonestorm and die, but instead I get to live another round, so the risk in trying to live for an extra turn with the heal, even though I was almost dead, paid off. He decides to switch out instead of killing me because, well, the dot got me, so it's not really that big a deal. He's going to set up his mine since it's been 5 rounds, so he's able to do that again, which means I'm going to take a pretty big hit. And I have his 2 backline pets at half health, and the tank's almost dead. So I go into my Weebomination. I'm going to heal up a little bit because I know the mines do a lot of damage, and I'm able to heal up almost all of it. I heal up for a pretty nice amount. Consume's probably the biggest heal in the game, besides Wish. And I think it actually heals up for about as much as a Wish. And it's a lot more reliable than Wish, since that one requires a round or 2 in order to actually go off. So with my Pudge, it's really, I should have got into my Fossilized hatching right now, because you really want to keep Bonestorm on cooldown, because it does a lot of AoE damage. Instead, I'm just cleaving him with my cleave right here. Like, if I got into Bonestorm, I could have taken out all 3 of his pets already, but in this one round, I'm able to kill all 3 of his pets with a single cleave, so it doesn't really matter. For this next one, going against a terrible turret. It's a critter thing that has it's a humanoid with a critter type move that could interrupt me. So I can do a lot of damage to him, but he can also wreck my undeads if I leave him unchecked, which is exactly what I do in this round, which was not. I do not advise the strategy. If you have 3 undeads and he has a humanoid out that's just wrecking you, you should really take him out and not ignore him, even though this team is all about ignoring the active pet and just attacking all of them at once. So my strategy kind of backfires on me in this one, but I still do fine. He's almost killed 2 of my hatchlings, and I only have his 2 backline pets at about 75% health, His main pet's at 50% health. This is not good for me. I go for a heal, which does not work. That was a really risky heal. A really stupid heal, I should say, not risky. There was no way it was actually going to go off before he hit me, so I just increased my entire my team's health pool, which will help out my Weebomination when he heals up, but he already heals up for enough. He doesn't really need the extra amount. It wasn't worth the round of not attacking. So I'm going to try to cleave down his team, because my other pet's almost dead, and I pretty much have to rely on my Weebomination right now. If I switch into my Fossilized Hatchling, he was going to die immediately, and then his dude can just interrupt me, so I won't be able to get off the move at all. So I have to stay to the Weebomination until he's dead. Now that he only has 2 pets out, the cleave will now split the damage between both of them, so now it's doing a little bit more damage to the active pet, which allows me to justify leaving the Weebomination out a little bit longer. So I'm just going to keep cleaving them down. He doesn't have Sons of the Flame, which I thought he might have. Instead, he looks like he has the Conflagration build, so my Weebomination's dead, and I just go into an explosion on the turn that I'm dead, since I know I probably won't be able to do that much damage to his next pet. And I'm just gonna bet everything on my Fossilized Hatchling to being able to one-shot him with a bite, which doesn't happen, and he's able to kill me. But I am able to hit him in this round, since I'm lucky and he doesn't have the deflection skill. If he had the ability to block this attack, which he does have right there, because you can see it, he would have won that. Instead, I'm able to force it into a tie.